Hi guys, Nikki Hancock again, and I don't really want to talk about loans or grants or unemployment or paperwork or numbers. Today I want to talk about something that I think is crucial right now, which is how are you going to make your business bulletproof? And I've done a lot of reading and a lot of listening and a lot of thinking, and honestly, it kind of doesn't matter if you believe that there's this horrific virus out destroying a ton of the population, or if you think that this is all a media manipulation and about government control. Either way, whatever you believe, every expert is telling us that this is going to happen again. So if you are sitting at home with your business doors closed, just waiting for life to go back to normal, I think that you're making the wrong move. I don't think that life will ever go back to normal or exactly whatever it was for you before this, if for no other reason than we now have that fear and that knowledge that we could be shut down again, whether it ever actually happens again or not. It sounds like it is very possible that future shutdowns will happen because of new viruses or new mutations of this virus or whatever could be in our future. So sitting and waiting for life to go back to normal and expecting that it'll just go back to the way it was is kind of futile in my opinion, and especially if you're in a really miserable, uncomfortable situation financially or with your business, why would you want it to go back to normal anyway? There's a good saying that it goes something along the lines of, you don't wait until you're attacked to start gathering supplies and building an army. You gather your supplies, you gather your weapons, you build your army so that you are ready when you are attacked. And it appears that science and medicine is doing that. They're trying to build their army to not let anything take us down at quite this level in the future. But what are you doing to build your army? The way that I've kind of started to look at this is I wanted to think, what would be the ideal situation? If I had been prepared for this, if the government came in and closed down my business and said, you cannot work, everything's shut down for the foreseeable future, what would have been the ideal situation? So for me personally, it would be a lot more cash saved. Like, I couldn't sleep at night if this happened again without knowing I had 6 months of expenses saved in just complete cash. But for me also, if I'm not working and I'm not creating and I'm not providing and I'm not helping, I'm also miserable. So the second tier to that is also finding a way that I can still create and serve and work even if my main business is shut down. So for me, I can't think of a better time than right now, while we have all this extra free time and we can't really go anywhere, to start thinking about ways to bulletproof my business. And I think this requires us to all think outside of the box quite a bit. And it also requires you to set aside the victim mentality that a lot of people are taking on right now. I fight it, and I know other people are fighting it. We're all victims in this in one way or another. So you need to just throw that to the side. You can sit and be angry, you can be mad, you can be sad, all the things I talked about in my previous video on grief. But at the end of the day, none of that is going to put money in your bank account. It's not going to pay your bills or put food in your fridge or make you feel good or happy. What will is creating a plan and taking steps towards that plan. I am a firm believer that absolutely anything you want to create for yourself, you can. And that's because I have done it for myself over and over so many times in my life. And it sounds completely cliche, I know, but the truth is I have only done it because I've just believed that I could and taken one step after the other. If you know what you want to work towards, you do not have to know how it's going to happen or how it's going to get there. You just have to start taking the steps one after the other. I truly believe, because I've seen it in my own life over and over, that once you start taking those steps, new doors are going to open, new paths are going to branch out that you never even imagined. You just have to have the willingness to look for them and to take them. So to me, the biggest thing at the end of the day is just seeing what your end goal is and starting towards it. I think thinking outside of the box and learning to pivot right now is the biggest skill that we can possibly develop as small business owners at this point in time, because a lot of us are stuck in a position where 100% of how we make our income and live our lives is just on hold, and we don't even know how long it will be on hold for. So in my opinion, even if we got to go back to work tomorrow, are you going to live with a little fear in your mind, knowing like what if this happens 6 months, 12 months, 2 years from now again? To me, that is absolutely no way to live. The way to live is to kind of plan for that, to look for other ways to make sure that if we are shut down again, you're not in the same position again that you're in right now, which for most of us is confused and scared and really unsure. So it's just my little piece of what I'm trying to do right now. I've been studying really hard on how other businesses that are thriving right now, how they're doing it, businesses that have thrived during other economic downturns, and different ideas of how I can implement that in my own business and with my skill set. So I am trying to focus on the positive right now and to look at my goals, which are financial goals, business goals, personal goals, and how I can work towards those while I'm waiting to go back to my regular daily work. I truly don't believe that we're ever going to go back to completely normal, because I think that from what all the medical experts are telling us, viruses are changing and mutating, and it's always going to be possible that this could happen again. Hopefully not on as massive of a scale, because hopefully that army will be built. But I know, meanwhile, in my life, in my home, I'm building my own business army to try to make my business bulletproof. I really look forward to hearing from how some of you guys are doing that. Please message me, text me, call me, email me, drop a comment below. I've been just brainstorming and racking my brain on how to do it for my business, and I've come up with all kinds of fun ideas that I'm excited to implement. I'm still super excited to work with everybody in coming up with ideas for your businesses and stuff, and I really think this is such an extremely a big chance for us to grow, to take new paths, and to develop our leadership skills for everyone else around us that's looking to us for help and advice. So I hope everyone's feeling a little bit brighter today, and that we will all continue to just keep getting through this, because we're all going through it together.